What is up guys, it's Brillymister here and welcome to my loot from 10 hours of Magister. If you do enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell icon to be notified of all my future content. Drop a like if you do enjoy the video, and as always in the description down below are links to my Twitch page where I stream at least once a week, and my Discord server where you can come and join in the community and have a bit of a chat. So the loot from 10 hours here, I actually did slightly more than 10 hours, it was about 12 hours ish in total I did. But obviously if I did it for the loot from 10 hours it's going to make a massive loss because you need to finish a khopesh to actually be able to profit. So I'm going to show you the loot from the whole khopesh and then we'll divide it back to work out what the profit per hour is and what the profit for a 10-hour period would be, so it can balance out and we can compare it with all the others. So let's get into the amount of loot I actually got. So what we've got here in my inventory now is my complete loot from one whole khopesh. It took me 402 kills, which is actually pretty quick. My last one took me 606 kills, so I saved a massive amount of money, like 200 keys, which is, it's like 60 mil I saved on keys there, which definitely will help pay for a few of the deaths that I've incurred along the way. So this is the total loot I got from the whole 402 kills. If we price check it now, it's going to be absolutely massive, but you've got to include that I'm going to have to deduct out of that a lot of key costs. So I made 411 mil, so that averages out at just over 1 mil per kill, which is absolutely insane actually. That is a pretty mad amount. So I'm going to sell this all off and then we're going to go into the breakdown of how it all compares, what the GP per hour is, and how it compares to all the other bosses that I've done the loot from. So for the breakdown of this, in the 11.4 hours that I was there, I got 402 kills and I worked out an average of 35 kills per hour. A total loot within this time was 411.4 mil, which works out as 36 mil an hour in raw loot. My costs per hour, assuming 35 keys to the crossing and 500k of other miscellaneous costs, brings it to 9.5 mil an hour in costs. That brings the profit per hour as 26.5 mil per hour, which is an absolutely massive amount of money to make per hour. And the loot per kill in this time was 1023k, so just over 1 mil per kill. So now we get on to the comparison bit. So the profits at the Magister, I've normalised this down to being 10 hours. So the 11.4 hours I did actually make 302 mil profit, but we're going to round it down and equate it all back to being 10 hours just to make it easier to compare to everything else. So at 26.5 mil GP per hour, I made 265 mil in the 10 hours, which is an absolutely ridiculous and massive amount. I got 350 kills in that 10-hour period, and obviously like we saw on the last slide, I got 1023k per kill. So the next nearest thing this compares to is Hellweir, and I was very lucky when I went to Hellweir for the 10 hours, and I got 5 drops in that time, and that took me to taking 109.8 mil or 10.9 mil GP per hour, which is, whichever way you look at it, a pretty good GP rate. But again, I was very lucky there. I would say I was lucky at Magister as well, but probably not quite as lucky as I was at Hellweir. I would say you're probably looking at 550 to 600 kills for a normal khopesh, and I just got very lucky with the amount of scraps I got from a phylactery. In fact, it only took me 25 phylacteries to complete the khopesh, which is pretty unheard of. The loot per kill at Hellweir though was the closest as well, but it was still under half what I got at Magister. At the complete other end of the spectrum you got Vindictor. In this time here I got very unlucky and I didn't get a single drop within the 10 hours, but I still got 27.8 mil an hour just in standard, you know, the junk loot that you get from it, an average 2.78 mil an hour, which is a pretty bad GP per hour rate. No matter what you look at it, there's a lot of things you can do that's more than 2.78 mil per hour. Even though I had a slightly higher kill rate than at Hellweir, the total loot per kill was abysmal due to not getting any rare drops, and that just made it absolutely terrible. QBD and Corp are both very similar. They're only 20k apart in their GPs per hour, but the way that you generate the money at them is very different. Corp has a much higher kill rate, an extra 10 kills an hour, and the loot per kill is a lot lower, which is 50k lower per kill. QBD, you only got the 267 kills in the 10 hours, but it was much higher, 50k higher, at 174k per kill, which is actually pretty respectable. They both make a decent amount of GP there. Magister though is on a whole nother level. Like, that amount of money there, if you have the luck that I got there, I mean, even if you aren't particularly lucky, I would like to say that you're probably going to be looking at still around 18 to 20 mil per hour, which is pretty darn good if I don't say so. But if you get as lucky as I am, I don't think there's much that's going to be able to compare to that in a money per hour rate. I mean, maybe Telos and Solak and that kind of stuff if you're good at them, but there's not much else where you're going to be able to get 20 mil plus per hour consistently for 11 hours, which that's pretty good in any way you look at it. So if any of you can do Magister, I would highly recommend it, but only go there if you are going to finish off a khopesh, because if I had stopped at 10 hours without a finished khopesh, then my loss would have been like 90 mil an hour, and like I said, 9.5 mil an hour down the drain until you finish that khopesh. But if you can commit to killing 400 to 600 of a boss and actually finishing that khopesh, it is so worth it, and you'll make such an insane amount of money that I can't recommend it enough. If you are interested, there is a guide on my channel to Magister for any beginners that want to start up killing Magister, so you can take advantage of this massive amount of GP per hour that you can get there. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell icon so you're notified of all my future content, and drop a like if you did enjoy, as it really helps other people see the video and make the channel grow. Thank you very much for watching. See ya.